Tonight we're looking at 3 true late-night driving stories. And with each one, things get darker. Story 1. The car parked in the middle of nowhere. In 2017, a man named Tyler was driving through rural Oregon after visiting his parents. It was a little after 1:45 a.m. The drive was mostly empty forest highways with long stretches where you wouldn't see another car for miles. Tyler had music playing quietly and the cruise control set. The road was completely empty. Or at least, it had been. Up ahead, Tyler noticed something strange. A car, parked on the side of the highway. But something about it felt off. The car wasn't pulled onto the shoulder. It was halfway in the road, like someone had stopped suddenly and just left it there. Tyler slowed down. As he approached, he expected to see someone standing nearby. But there was no one, just the car. The driver's door was wide open. The interior light was on. Tyler slowed even more as he passed it. And as he did, he glanced inside. The driver's seat was empty, but the engine was still running. That alone was enough to make him uncomfortable. But what really bothered him was something in the back seat. At first, Tyler thought it was just a pile of clothes, or maybe a blanket. But as his headlights passed across the car, the shape moved. Tyler felt his stomach drop. Someone was sitting in the back seat, completely still, and they were staring directly at him. Tyler accelerated immediately. Within seconds, the car disappeared behind him in the darkness. But the feeling stuck with him. After about a minute, he looked in the rearview mirror. The parked car was still there. Driver's door open, interior light glowing faintly. But the person in the back seat was now standing in the middle of the road, watching him drive away. Story 2. The wrong exit. In 2013, a college student named Marcus was driving home from a party around 3 a.m. He lived about 40 minutes outside the city. The highway was empty that night. Marcus was tired, but sober enough to drive. About halfway home, he realized he had missed his usual exit, so he took the next one. It led onto a narrow back road he had never driven before. At first, it didn't seem strange. Just a long, dark road surrounded by fields. But after about 10 minutes, Marcus realized something. He hadn't seen a single house. No streetlights, no signs, nothing. Just road and darkness. He checked his phone for GPS. No signal. Marcus kept driving. Eventually, he noticed something ahead. A small building. Maybe an abandoned gas station. Relieved to finally see something, Marcus slowed down. The building was old. Boarded windows, broken sign. But the lights inside were on. That alone made Marcus uneasy. As he drove past, he saw someone standing inside the building. Just standing there, watching the road. Marcus kept driving. He didn't stop. But about 2 minutes later, he noticed headlights behind him. A car had appeared on the road, following him. Marcus assumed it had come from the gas station. The car stayed behind him. Very close. Too close. Marcus sped up slightly. The car matched his speed. Then something strange happened. The headlights suddenly turned off. Completely. Now Marcus couldn't see the car anymore, but he knew it was still there, because he could hear the engine, right behind him. Marcus drove faster. The engine sound stayed close, still following, still with no headlights. Finally, Marcus saw something ahead. The highway. He accelerated toward it. The moment he reached the highway, the engine sound behind him disappeared. Marcus checked the mirror. Nothing. Just an empty road. The car was gone. The next morning, Marcus checked his GPS history. The road he had driven on didn't exist on any map. Story 3. The Passenger. In 2020, a delivery driver named Hannah worked late night shifts transporting packages between cities. She often drove long highways alone after midnight. One night around 2:20 a.m., Hannah stopped at a rest area. The parking lot was completely empty. She grabbed coffee from a vending machine and sat in her car for a minute. After a few minutes, she got back on the highway. The road was quiet. Just her car and the distant glow of occasional truck headlights. About 15 minutes later, Hannah glanced in the rearview mirror and felt her stomach twist. For just a split second, she thought she saw someone sitting in the back seat. She turned around immediately. The seat was empty. Hannah laughed nervously. Probably just shadows. She kept driving. A few minutes later, she checked the mirror again. And this time, she was certain. Someone was sitting in the back seat. A person, leaning slightly forward. Hannah slammed the brakes and pulled onto the shoulder. Her heart was racing. She jumped out of the car and opened the back door. Empty. No one. Shaking, she got back in the driver's seat. She told herself she was just tired. Then she looked in the mirror again. The seat was empty, but the seatbelt was slowly retracting, like someone had just unbuckled it. Hannah drove straight to the nearest police station. She never finished that delivery route again, but months later, she told a coworker the story. The coworker looked uncomfortable. Then he said something strange. "That's not the first time someone said that happened on that highway." Hannah asked what he meant. The coworker explained that several drivers had reported the same thing. Seeing someone in the back seat. Only at night. Only on that highway. And always. After stopping at the same rest area. Bonus story. The Last Exit. In 2014, a man named Kevin was driving home from a late shift at work. It was almost 3:15 a.m. The highway was nearly empty, and Kevin had about 20 minutes left before he reached home. He had driven this route hundreds of times. Same exits, same gas stations, same dark stretches of road. But that night something strange happened. As he approached the exit he always took, the sign looked different. Instead of the usual town name, the sign simply said, "Last Exit." Kevin frowned. He had never seen that before. He assumed the sign must have been replaced recently. Maybe construction or something. So he took the exit like he always did. But the moment he left the highway, something felt wrong. The road was darker than usual. No streetlights, no houses, just a narrow road surrounded by trees. Kevin kept driving. After about 2 minutes, he realized something. He didn't recognize anything. Normally, there would be a gas station within a minute of the exit. But there was nothing. Just road and forest. Kevin checked his phone for GPS. No signal. He kept driving anyway, assuming he had taken a wrong turn. After another 5 minutes, he saw headlights ahead. A car was parked on the side of the road. Relieved to finally see another person, Kevin slowed down. But as he approached, he noticed something strange. The car was identical to his. Same color, same model, same dent on the rear bumper. Kevin felt a cold wave of confusion. That was impossible. As he slowly drove past the parked car, he looked inside and froze. Someone was sitting in the driver's seat. A man, wearing the same jacket Kevin was wearing, holding the same steering wheel, looking straight ahead. The man slowly turned his head and looked directly at Kevin. It was his face. Kevin panicked and slammed the gas pedal. He sped down the road without looking back. About 30 seconds later, he suddenly found himself back on the highway, the same highway he had exited earlier. His normal exit sign appeared ahead. This time it showed the correct town name. Kevin never saw the last exit sign again. But sometimes when he drives that road late at night, he wonders something. If he had stopped the car, would the other version of him have gotten out? Or worse, taken his place? Thanks for watching. This was another entry from the disturbing archives. Subscribe if you want to keep exploring the darker corners of the internet.